Why does it look like that? There we go. The fuck was that about? Yeah, there you go. All right, we're good. We're good. Let me see. Miss Can't Be Wrong. Good evening. Sally, got dollar Mimo? Michael Hensley, we love you more. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining the politics show. You don't have to stay long if you don't want. All right, I'm ready. We're going to get 25,000 views on this. I hope. 3 people, and that's you guys. Mike Schlick, what's up? You Devato eating cancel culture woke joke. How you doing? By the way, Mike, I'm so bad at this, but I did get your message the other day, and yes, you're right. I'm going to try that stuff. Yeah. Definitely a good idea. So thank you. I don't want to ask any of you guys why you support Donald Trump. I'll wait until we get some strangers in here. But can you guys hit the like button? All of you, please hit the like. I'd appreciate it very, very much. There should be, how many of you is there? 1, 2, 3, 4. All 4 of you, hit the like. 6 people now. All right. All right, all right, all right. Hope it doesn't take a while today, but it certainly might. It is dinner time. So that's not good, but I got to do shit when I got to do shit, you know? 7 people. For the people who are not already in this chat, why do you support Donald Trump? How do I only have 2 likes, but 4 of my regulars are here? How is that possible? Making meatballs and sauce now. Oh, nice. Can me and Shanna come over? It's all right if it's, cold when I get there. I'll heat it up. It is Sunday. Sunday sauce. All right. Taking a while. Earlier, we had people right away. Still only 2 likes. I'm assuming this can't be wrong. Sally, Michael Hensley left. 11 people now. Why do you support Donald Trump? Yeah, hit that like. Hit that like. Jesus, it's taking a long time tonight, Mike. I hope I didn't pick a horrible fucking time slot. Malik Irvin, what's going on? No, not meatballs and gravy. Susie Jones, hello, how are you? Do you support Donald Trump? This is a rough start to these shows, man. Gotta wait for people to get here. Fuck no. There you go, Susie Jones. I'm with you. That's right, goddammit. Fuck him. 17 people now. Anybody's watching, if you want to tell me why you support Donald Trump, I'd appreciate that. We can have a conversation about it. We're about to find out what Sunday night is like doing a live politics show. I'm waiting, guys. 24 people. Why do you support Donald Trump? You see, Donald Trump, he was ordered to fund the SNAP program for the month of November. He was ordered to by 2 judges, and now right after he was ordered, he put up a post on Truth Social like as if this was his idea, and he's going to make sure everybody gets their SNAP benefits. Meanwhile, before the judge's ruling, he didn't have anything like that to say. You've seen some crazy people today? Yeah, I see him every day. I see him every day, Susie. It's bad. Mike's like, deploying the National Guard was something that really pissed me off. Oh, that's good to know because you actually are a Trump supporter, right? So see, I like when people who support Trump will admit when he's wrong. Yeah, yeah, that's fucked up, isn't it? He's doing it for a reason, man. He's going to do everything he can to make sure there's no midterm elections. So he's laying the groundwork. He's getting people used to having, the National Guard and the military in the streets. So when he ramps it up, it won't be such a shock, which he will do as we get closer to the midterms. And, most likely in 2028 too. Malik, news headlines today are saying most Americans blame Trump for inflation and that something's wrong. I don't know what you mean by that something's wrong. That something's wrong, but yeah, they do. I've seen the polls. They absolutely blame him, as they should. It's his fault. Walter Caldwell, you are so silly. Why is that, Walter? Instead of just insulting me, why don't you tell me why? What am I saying that's silly, Walter? Let's have a conversation. 35 people. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Walter, don't make me drag it out of you. War, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Thanks for calling me Chris. I appreciate that. You guys are, listen, you're better than me because when I get used to somebody's name, I can't. I'm still trying to call Mustache Pete Armand and I can't get it. I just keep calling him Mustache Pete. Susie Jones, I'm from Liberal Dan Radio. Oh, nice. You subscribed because of him. That's awesome. If he's on tonight, please tell him I said hello. He seems like a good guy. I checked out his show. And I really appreciate you guys who subbed. I really do. Good. Then you'll probably like this show, Susie. But you've seen many, right? This isn't your first show. I remember seeing you in here before. How come Walter Caldwell didn't tell me why I'm silly? It's funny how they just do a drive-by comment. They drop an insult and bounce. You've been here before. Yeah, I remember seeing your name. Well, I appreciate you coming back. If we actually get some people commenting, we can start a conversation. We'll see. Susie Jones, while we're waiting, what bothers you most about Donald Trump? Not even as a president, because that's not even that interesting. As a person, what bothers you the most? There was a run by fruiting. Keyword, Chris. Walter. Steve Flair, yes. Oh, shit. God damn, guys. This is tough tonight. 7 minutes and 59, 8 minutes in and 41 people, 7 likes, but nobody's commenting. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Please, and comment. Let's talk. Why do you guys support Donald Trump? There's not 41 people in the chat commenting, so there's some of you out there that can certainly, hop into the chat and have a conversation with me. This might be a complete dud, this episode. I might have to dip. I don't know. We'll see. Walter Caldwell, I support Trump because he is upholding the law. Walter, are you serious? You're trolling me, right? You're not being serious, are you? How is he doing that? Because you do know that Trump is a 34-time felon, right? A 34-time twice impeached felon. You know that, right? You do know that he pardoned 1,500 rioters that assaulted 140 cops on January 6th, right? Breaks the laws. Travis Murphy, good to see you again. And yes, he does. King's Table Live, because they just want to disappoint their friends that's secretly falling out of love with him too. Oh, you mean they don't support Trump, they just don't want to. Yeah, I gotcha. Listen, I wouldn't blame them if they don't. I don't know why they ever did, but hey, some people take longer than others to figure shit out. So you think by now, more of them would be like, but the thing is, it's good you said that, King's Table Live, because I have a theory that they have so much invested in their support for this man. Like, a lot of people, it was on the news, there was a lot of, stories about like couples breaking up and, getting divorces and friends losing other friends and all the family not cutting people, not talking to people anymore, just completely cutting them off because they support Trump. So I think they're so invested, they've already lost so much that they can't say they were wrong now. They just can't. And they can't say he's wrong because look at how much they gave up. Not every Trump supporter, but a lot of them. And every Trump supporter has at least made an asshole out of himself, by supporting this guy. So I think that it's impossible for them to turn back now. They've passed the point of no return. It's like, we just got to ride with this guy now, Here we go with the felony garbage. Go look how the judge came up with the 34 count felony. The judge, let me tell you something, Walter. If Biden was convicted of the same thing, you would be talking about it like it's murder. And you'd be so happy and you'd be celebrating it and you'd never stop talking about it. He committed a felony 34 times. That's where the 34 counts came from. Soto, $5, silly in a good way. Thank you, Soto. Entering the country between ports of entry is against the law. So what you're saying is, when you say he upholds the law, you're just talking about stopping illegal immigration or deporting illegal immigrants, right? Because that's about all you could say. Susie Jones, my father is 85, Republican. He says his party is hostage and it's a cult of personality of Trump. Oh, yeah, it is. Congress wrote those laws. Yes, the judge. As opposed to who writing them? I watched the trial. I didn't watch the trial, but I know enough about it. Tell us what the felony was for. Falsifying business records 34 times. And don't forget, he was indicted for other shit he was guilty of too. But thanks to the Supreme Court, he just didn't get tried. But he was going to be. That doesn't deserve death penalty. What doesn't? You think a bookkeeper is a felony? No. Walter, I think that's where you're mistaken. See, me and you, we don't get to decide what felonies are. Okay? They decide. They decide what the felonies are, the people who make the laws, and then we either follow them or we get convicted of felonies. Like, I think there's a lot of shit that's felonies that shouldn't be. But who gives a fuck what I think? I have no say in whether or not you're prosecuted for something, convicted, incarcerated. So what does my opinion even matter? And quite frankly, Walter, why does your opinion matter? King's Table Live, almost definitely. I know some people that supported him and can't admit that he's not a good president. They can't say what he's doing great, but can't say he's doing horrible. Of course not. Redlining, yes, he was. Illegal immigration. Oh, yeah, no, of course not. No, it's not. But, according to them, they talk about it like it's seriously like some insanely violent crime or something like that. Like it's up there with rape and murder. Like that's how they talk about illegal immigration. It's a fucking misdemeanor. $100 billion of it, actually. Of what? LOL, paying your company's attorney a retainer fee, 34 monthly payments is not a felony. Well, if you're doing it as a way of hiding a hush money payment to a porn star, then it is. It is. And Walter, the reason I won't even take you seriously on this again is because if Obama got charged with this tomorrow and convicted, or Biden or anyone, you would be talking about it like it's murder. The difference is we would still be saying it's a felony because, we're not in a cult and we're fully aware that a felony is a felony is a felony. That's it. Trust me, I've gotten criminal convictions, but I never stood in court and tried to argue. What category it fell into? Summary, misdemeanor, felony? No. Because I know I have no say in that. Try to work it out in a plea bargain, but if you can't, you're fucked, basically. Scary thought. He's definitely making moves that have you questioning the state of America. Oh my God, yes. Both parties are being held hostage, and they're screwed. If you're talking about the shutdown, I don't see how. The Republicans are in charge, and the Democrats will vote for the CR. They just need those subsidies extended, and that's it. You think paying an NDA is not illegal? What are you referring to? Paying it's an NDA, not paying an NDA is not illegal. Paying an NDA? What the fuck are you talking about? A non-disclosure agreement. What do you mean paying it? Do you think he'll be president again? No, I honestly don't think he's going to live to the end of his term. Companies pay NDA all the time. They're legal. So you fucked up because you said you think paying NDA is not illegal. I don't even know. Maybe you meant to say you think, but you don't know how to use punctuation. Maybe you meant to say you think, comma, paying an NDA is not illegal. That's not what it was. That's not what it was. What do you mean? It's not. You're talking about the non-disclosure agreement. That's not the crime. Covering up the payment to Stormy Daniels was the crime. Covering it up. Do you understand? Companies pay NDA all the time. They're legal. Again, he didn't just do that. Walter, you're just changing the whole story. And you're like, what are you? That's like if I was on trial for dealing drugs and I was like, eating breakfast isn't illegal. Well, what the fuck does that have to do with dealing drugs? You know what I mean? Or taking a drive. Let's make it more about the crime. Taking a drive to a guy's house isn't illegal. No, but leaving with a kilo of cocaine is. Okay? So yeah, there was the NDA. He paid Stormy Daniels, but then they covered up the payment to hide the fact that he paid her off. Immigrants don't take taxes, so you are uninformed. No, absolutely, entirely agree with you. On the contrary, they pay them at a ridiculous rate. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys are having a conversation with each other or what. And are entitled to no benefits. Are you talking about taxes, illegals? Yeah, and no, they're entitled to no benefits. There's half this country that thinks that the government shut down because Democrats want, free health care for illegals. It's not true. They can't even receive free health care. It's against federal law. Nick Valente, hey, Chris, it's obvious. Most of them realize they can't compete with you. Well, you would think it would be obvious, but somehow they still think that they're a challenge. I don't know why. In my opinion, Garland sided with the Federalist Society buddies versus discharging his duties to prosecute Trump in Florida and D.C. Yeah, and he didn't want to look, he didn't want anything to look, like he's biased against Trump or he's just doing it as some political persecution or something, when in the meantime, if he would have done his fucking job, Trump wouldn't be president right now. NDA isn't a payment, it's an agreement. Well, but I think what he means is he paid her off, so she signed a non-disclosure agreement, Ryan Stevenson, your views fell off on political content. Time to open up the phone lines. Bro, it's the time of day, and it's the day. That's all. Thursday night, I got 20,000 views. Friday and Saturday. Friday was Halloween. Saturday was Saturday, and today is, I don't know, But during the week, I do fine, and you never know what might happen here in a minute. Malik Irvin, 999. Trump was convicted of 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. Jury reached guilty verdict on all counts on May 30th, 2024, making him the first former U.S. president to be convicted of felony crimes. That's right, Malik, my man, and thank you for the $10. I appreciate you, brother. Just a dude. Another interesting thing to me when America was at its peak was when we had our highest corporate tax rates and we got people on the fucking moon with said money. Ain't that some shit, you know? But the greatest trick Republican politicians ever played in America is they convinced half the population that they should be paying more taxes than the richest people. You know what I mean? It's amazing. Like I heard it the other day and I love it. I'll keep repeating it. Somebody said you got people with 6 teeth defending people with 8 yachts. And it's true. They'll sit here and tell you why it's a good thing poor people's taxes are going up and rich people's taxes are going down. And they're the poor people. It's astonishing. I mean, that is some real cult shit right there, where you are convinced that the things that are in your own best interest are bad for the country. And the things that are in the best interest of billionaires is not only good for the country, but you as an individual. We're in an era where 90% of our nation's wealth has flowed up to the top 5% of earners, destroying the middle class. 100%, yeah. Let's cut the crap. Illegals get taken care of. Come on. Well, Soto, if you mean like certain cities or something are helping illegals with certain things, that's one thing. But the argument is usually about Medicaid and Medicare, okay, and welfare and stuff. Now, Medicaid and Medicare, you're talking about federal programs. It is 100% illegal for undocumented immigrants to receive federally funded health care. It can't happen. There's not one single case of it in all of America. It never has been, because it can't happen. They can't receive Medicaid and Medicare. They can't receive insurance through the ACA. They can't. Impossible. Are certain cities doing certain things for them? Yeah, but this is not federally funded health care. And they can't get welfare either. You need a social security number for all these things. Come on, use your brain, people. Why would a billionaire instruct his attorney to take out a home equity loan to pay off a legal NDA if he was trying to hide it? Pay $135,000 cash. That's why. So it's his attorney paying it and not him, you doofus. The fuck? I just joined the stream. Are you a Democrat or Republican? I'm just awesome, Maximus. Oh, you're going to keep asking the same question? All right. Get rid of you real quick. Static. It may be illegal, but they are getting it. No, they're not. Okay, show me the source. Show me the proof that illegals are receiving federally funded free health care. Let me tell you about yourself. If you took 5 minutes to research this, instead of just your confirmation bias, you formed an opinion and now you just look for other things that confirm your opinion, look it up. On any source you want, fucking ask the question 1,000 different ways. You would know that it's not even possible. Not only is it not happening, it's not even possible for it to happen. It's just not. They're not getting it. The Republicans had to convince you of this, and I'll tell you why. Since they said there's no Epstein files, Mike Johnson keeps recessing Congress, keeps sending them home. Okay? And they don't want Congress in session because the Democrats are going to force a vote to release the Epstein files. Plus, Adelita Grijalva needs to be sworn in as soon as the House opens back up. Okay, Mike Johnson needs to swear her in. At that point, she will become the 218th signature on the discharge petition to release the Epstein files. Mike Johnson is covering for Trump and maybe himself too, and doing everything in his power to make sure those Epstein files don't get released. Okay? So that's why the government is shut down right now. Why do you think Mike Johnson told Republican, congressmen, do not come back to DC and do not, under any circumstances, negotiate with Democrats. Because the thing he's afraid of the most is having to, bring everybody back and open up Congress and then, the government, because then he's going to have these issues. So that's the bottom line, but he can't tell you that, right? So what do? They blame it on fucking Democrats. And they tell you guys that they're keeping the government shut down because the only way Democrats will vote for the CR is if they get $1.6 trillion in free healthcare for illegals. It's not true. All they want, the Democrats, all they want is the ACA subsidies extended so that people will not lose their health insurance or have their premiums go through the roof. That's it. And they could give that with no problem. The Republicans could say, okay, well, listen, we'll do that. Let's open this government back up. They won't do it. And it would be less money to extend those subsidies for a year than what Donald Trump just sent to Argentina. So, time to call it a day, buddy. Yeah, Paul Miller, I'll get right on that. Between the starving and there would be dead people all over the city streets. Non-insured, did you mean? With illegals? Well, again, Soto, I think you're confusing two things. There are cities that are helping illegals with healthcare and food and stuff like that. What I'm saying is they're not getting welfare like American citizens can get. They're not. And they're not getting free healthcare through Medicare and Medicaid. Whatever cities are doing on their own, that has nothing to do with the federal government. Nothing. They cannot use federal funds to give illegals free healthcare. It's just as simple as that. They can't do it. They did a press conference, dude, on what? On what? Chris, emergency room, who pays? Well, it's federal law, and this is a Republican law, by the way, they put into place, that it's called the Emergency Medical Treatment and Labor Act. It means that if anyone, citizen or non-citizen, shows up to a hospital, okay, they have to be treated. They have to be treated and stabilized. That's it. The federal government does not pay for that. You understand? It's just like if I walk into the emergency room today with a broken leg and they treat me and they put my leg in a cast and I leave, I'm getting billed. Whether I pay it or not is up to me, but it is not free. The law does not state that the government will take care of it. If you look it up, it literally says the hospital just has to eat that. That's it. And they write it off as a loss. It's as simple as that. You can look it up. Under the EMTLA, the federal government does not pay for illegals or anyone else to be treated at a hospital. It's just the federal law that they have to treat them. That's it. So even there, what you're talking about is the hospital treating somebody who's illegal. That's not free health care, because that would mean that it's paid for. The federal government pays that bill for that illegal being treated. That doesn't happen. And that is a Republican law. It was put in place by Republicans that even illegals must be treated if they are sick or hurt and they walk into an emergency room. That's it. I remember reading about the Triangle Shirt Factory fire. Hundreds of New York workers died due to lack of safety equipment, due to no regulations. And guess what? The factory owners made $4,000. Is that right? I don't even know about that. I support Trump for shutting down the border and the Gulf of America. The Gulf of Mexico, you mean? The Gulf of America. Yeah, for shutting down the border. Okay, but what else, though? Are you a one-issue voter? Is that it for you? It's fine if it is. I'm just curious. Well, I know here in Illinois, the state diverts Fed funds to said state programs. It's a mess here. Well, federal funds cannot go to treating illegal immigrants. I keep saying it. You guys don't believe me. You keep saying, well, but there's this and there's this and there's not. I've studied this, guys. That's it. That's all there is to it. LOL, right over your head. A billionaire trying to hide paying a legal NDA. He would pay in cash. Walter, not if he's running for president, you fucking moron. You don't understand why it was Michael Cohen that paid? Do you know anything? State funded, city funded. That's fine. Yeah. But that's not what the Republicans are talking about. They're saying the government is shut down because Democrats want $1.6 trillion to give free health care to illegal immigrants. That is bullshit. So sad you still think the Dems and Reps are two different parties. They're all on the same team. Wake up, people. I didn't say that. They are to some extent, but the bottom line is the Democrats will generally look out for the poorer people, and the Republicans will always look out for the richest. And you can't tell me differently. It's a fucking fact. You know, Kamala wanted to lower taxes for anybody making 400 grand or less, and Trump wanted to raise taxes on those people. You know what I mean? So what's it matter? I'm paying for illegals. You might be, Soto. It depends. I mean, if you're in New York or something, I can't tell you the ins and outs of that. I don't know New York state politics 100%. I can tell you about the federal government, you know? And I can tell you this also. You can look this up. The average working man's paycheck, okay, for a year, they pay about $5,000 in taxes for corporate welfare, bailouts, stuff like that. Okay. $36 a year on average. That's what goes to welfare, to food stamps, to Section 8, to cash assistance. That's why people sound stupid when they say, all my fucking tax money's going to these motherfuckers on food stamps. No, it's not. No, it is not. No one would like to talk about it when I would bring it up. What is that, Sarah Jean? Good to see you, by the way. You're lying. Argentina was a money transfer. $20 billion was given to Argentina. The other $20 billion was basically a loan for all types of banks and shit like that, but it's coming from America, and I believe it's backed by this country because they couldn't even find fucking collateral to give them that loan. So it's $40 billion that went to Argentina. It's not, what do you mean by a money transfer? It was not a money transfer. I'll look it up for you right now. Liar, you don't even know what you're talking about. Get the facts. Get the facts. Where should I get them, sparkly smarty pants? Why don't you tell me what I'm lying about instead of just making a stupid ass comment that I know nothing about because I'm reading a fuck ton of other comments and this is the first time I've even seen you in the chat. Doesn't matter, Angelo. Donating $40 billion isn't America first. No. This law was made by Ronald Reagan, and Reagan spoke out against tariffs. Also true. Sarah Jean, they're in Reno. Well, split hairs. They might not be able to apply under their own self, but they will turn people away. And that's why doctors and care for us is so expensive. They some way want to pass it to us. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Sarah. But I mean, if you're talking about, again, if you're talking about federally funded healthcare, I just don't know what to tell you. I'm getting tired of even saying this. It's just not happening. And welfare and stuff, I'm telling you, they can't get it. You need a social security number. Do you understand? Even if you're an American citizen and you have an ID, a license from your state or whatever, and a birth certificate and everything, if you don't have a social security number, you can't get shit, period. That's it. Reagan would hate Trump if Reagan were alive today. Oh, without a doubt. Who reimburses the hospital? Nobody, Walter. Nobody. You look it up. It's just something the hospitals have to deal with. They're not reimbursed. They are not. Read the fucking EMTLA and you'll see. It states it. That's just, if you want to operate a hospital, you must follow this law. And if it costs you money, it costs you money. Period. The end. Who do you think pays for those unpaid loss? Everyone else. No one does. No one does. The hospital, they write it off as a loss. That's it. It's hard to break through the barrage of lies. These folks are fed. I know. What is that? Lee Laughlin? Yeah, I know. Keith Berlin. Well, who do you think pays? No, I already read that one. Treated, then deported. No one brings up the school's overcrowded and every class grading on a curve. Well, we haven't even discussed that, but yeah, sure. Who pays the bill then, Mr. Know-It-All? No fucking buddy, man. It's not Gulf of America. To anybody in this world, they'll always call it Gulf of Mexico. Only you dolts will be calling it the Gulf of America. That's what your president's worried about when the whole fucking world's crumbling down around us. Gulf of America. So 100% isn't an A. The A is the highest score. What are we talking about? As Latino, we do support 100% Trump. No, you don't all support Trump, because I know Latino people who don't support Trump. And the ones that do, I'm sorry, I think they need to be schooled a little bit, because I'll tell you this. Every Latino person I know has known someone or had a family member who's been deported in a very brutal manner, by the way. So the Latinos, believe me, they made a mistake. They were stupid enough to fucking vote for him and support him. And they're changing their minds quickly, of course. Maybe we didn't expect this run of illegals. They dang sure are not proving that when 60 million poor people are gone without food. I'm not sure what you mean. Let me get to the bottom here, guys. Trump is doing great. Tell me how, Walter Caldwell. What's he doing that's great? You're not winning this battle against the MAGAs. Oh, I certainly am. I certainly am. Everything I'm saying is true, and everything they're saying is false. That's so I'm winning. The hospital gets screwed. Yeah, basically. So numbers or a number to be able to use and apply for these programs. Yeah, you have to have a social security number. Yeah, you do. What about publicly traded hospitals? How do they recoup their losses? Ghana, I'll tell you what. There's this, I don't know if you know about it. There's this thing, it's called Google. Okay, it's been around for a long fucking time. Use the same fingers you're using to comment in this chat and go check it out yourself. Okay, why don't you go do that? Why do you guys need to be fed information? Why can't you find any on your own? I've never met people like MAGA. I've never met people like that. I get curious about anything. I Google it immediately, no matter what it is. But you guys are like, nah, I haven't heard it on Fox News, so can't be true. There's an old German proverb. Never play chess with a pigeon. It'll shit all over the board and strut around claiming it won. That's what Trump supporters do. Yes. Angelo, Trump. Very insightful comment. The world is not flat. I agree. Not me, and that's because my family are all U.S. citizens. So you don't have any, you don't know any friends that have been deported or anything like that? I don't know what you are. I mean, you could be Puerto Rican for all I know, which, of course, they're U.S. citizens. I don't know what you are. Trump has made America great again. How? Nobel Pedo Prize for Trump. That's right. We support Trump in the UK. Why? Because he is doing everything he said he would. He's protecting your country, and you're sitting bitching. Where's your facts coming from? Numerous different sources and years of research. Donald Trump said he was going to release the Epstein files. He ran on it. Now he's covering them up. Donald Trump said he would solve the Russia-Ukraine conflict on day one. It's going full steam ahead. He said he would end the conflict between Israel and Palestine. Not a thing. He said he would lower grocery prices on day one. They're up. They're up more than they were under Biden. He said he would lower inflation. Inflation is going up. He said he would lower the unemployment number. Unemployment is up. Okay? And I could go on for days. There's a fuck ton of things he ran on doing and hasn't done any of it. Are you guys blind, deaf, and dumb? Do you know that while all this is happening and people aren't getting food stamps and fucking people's life or health insurance is about to shoot through the roof, their premiums, and all that these wars are taking place and everything else, Trump is basically tweeting about his new marble bathroom in the White House while people are fucking starving, and that doesn't tell you anything about the man? When Caroline Levitt said about a week ago, right now, Trump's main priority is his ballroom. That doesn't make you think, wow, it's almost like this motherfucker only cares about himself. You know, it's amazing. Do you like maternity leave? Do you think working 40 hours daily sounds fun? Well, there's not 40 hours in a day. So I'm confused by that. And I'm not even sure which side you're on. So what are you arguing exactly? Because if you're talking about maternity leave, you got Democrats to thank for that. It is a fact that without a SSI number and even proof of income, you won't receive any benefits. Also, Chase Bank was giving credit cards for many so-called illegals, which was giving the debt. It's a fact that without a SSI number and proof of income, you won't receive any benefit. Yeah, but I don't know about the credit cards thing. I don't see how you can get a credit card without a social security number. I know I can't. Dude, you were the pigeon. No, because I can provide facts. Everything I'm saying, I could show you proof. I could show you sources. I could show you articles, news stories. You guys just say shit, and you think you're right because you want to be right. That's what you guys do, you know? You're not bright. Google can be wrong. It's not Google you look for the answer from. You Google something, and no matter what you Google in this world, you will get a million different sources, okay? Like, I'll give you an example. The funny thing about you guys is you only trust Fox News. So about a week ago, somebody said to me that Trump was never found civilly liable for SA. And I pulled up Fox News as a source that he did. And they told me I was still wrong. There's no satisfying you people, you know? If you don't believe in something, or if something goes against your narrative, it doesn't fit your agenda, or if it's about your guy and you don't like it, you'll just deny it. It doesn't matter. I can show you all the proof in the world. You guys, that's what cult members are like. Once a person is like indoctrinated, okay, they become a cult member, you can never convince them that their leader isn't God because they've been brainwashed into believing it. And that's your problem. Are you afraid that you can't answer the question? What question, Ghana? I probably already did. I'll answer any question. Yeah, what about publicly traded hot? Yeah, I answered it. It doesn't matter. Trump smells. That's what they say. Here in Illinois, they were getting SSN numbers from the state, just like in California, giving thousands driver's license to people that aren't citizens. Well, a state can't give you a social security number. That's not a thing that can happen. That comes from the federal government. So, I mean, social security numbers, that's federal stuff. A state can't give a social security number. If someone has money for weed, wigs, and weaves, why can't they buy food? You know what's funny about you, FMR? It's straight racism. Because the funny part about it, which you might not know, is there is way more, millions more white people on welfare than black people. Do you realize that? Do you know that red states receive a disproportionate amount of government assistance to their citizens, like a WIC, food stamps, Section 8, cash assistance? Red states receive a disproportionate amount of that shit. So when you hear welfare and you think black people, no. Black people make up 13% of the U.S. population. Okay? Now, is it a higher percentage of black people? Sure. But it's not more black people than more white people. It's not. The problem with Trump supporters is psychological, and that's very hard to overcome. I know. A judge is blocking the Epstein files release, idiot. No, he's not. He is not. Tell me why Mike Johnson is refusing to swear in Adelita Grijalva, even though he could do it right now if he wanted. You are so wrong, my guy. Stop watching CNN and MSNBC. See, when you guys don't hear something you don't like about your leader, then that's what you say. But little do you know, I haven't watched CNN or MSNBC probably since about 2014. I don't watch them. The right voted no, same day Charlie Kirk was murdered. It was like, what the fuck? Because I'm sorry to tell you, but all those were won by strong labor movements that actively died for your rights to do that. You're working as a talking head for said people is disgusting. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, and I agree with you. They are, they don't even understand like how many, policies, Democrat policies and shit they enjoy every day. They don't even understand. They don't even know. No, you are not. You still can't comprehend to hide paying an NDA of $135,000. A billionaire would have paid it in cash if he was trying to hide it. He would not have his attorney take a hello, whatever that means. It's astonishing to me that you don't understand why they did it that way, and the reason for it was to hide it. Like that's literally what he got convicted of. It's amazing to me that you don't understand. I can't believe you think that Donald Trump was going to hand $135,000 in cash to a porn star that he fucked behind his wife's back while she was pregnant with their first child. Okay. Only child, I should say. Democrats voted against it 13 times, dummy. Voted against what? Not the Epstein files. So what are you talking about? You're talking about the clean CR? What do you mean? To reopen the government? That's because it's called a negotiation, okay? Negotiation. That's what it's called. Democrats want certain things. Republicans want certain things. Democrats are standing up for you assholes, and you don't even fucking realize it. 24 million people are going to lose their health insurance, or the premiums are going to spike so high that they can't pay it, and they'll lose it eventually no matter what. Democrats, that's who they're standing up for. You don't understand that? How come Trump could fund SNAP right now, but he won't do it? Why is that? That's all right, Sarah Jean. Yeah, you seem to be a little out of it today. Inflation high, unemployment has increased since Trump. Economy is struggling again. That's right, DK. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. I'm going to keep asking you to do that because it's incredibly important for me to grow the politics side of this channel. So just take a second. Let me see the like button. Let me see the likes go up. I know it ain't going to be much because most of you are Trump supporters, and subscribe. Even if you don't like my points of view, subscribe. We can have these conversations every day. And of course, you always have the option of using that right there, my Cash App, or the Super Chat button below. No such thing as TDS. No, unless I always say that it's them that has it. Because TDS, they think TDS is like some hysterical liberal who's just spouting shit that's completely not true because of their bias against Trump. It's not true. I mean, what you hear us saying is the truth. You just refuse to acknowledge it's the truth. The derangement syndrome is in seeing a man who is literally a documented, lifelong racist, con man, scumbag, guy who cheated on every wife, accused of sexual assault 27 times, robbed fucking small businesses to profit, fucking crushed them so he wouldn't have to pay them for their services. Didn't pay his union workers after his buildings were built. Failed at business a million fucking times. Conned his way through life. Became a reality fucking TV star. And then started talking shit about the first black president as a way to enter politics. You ignore the fact that he's a lifelong New York City Democrat, pro-choice, by the way. You ignore all of that shit. And you see him through these rose-colored glasses of this God-fearing man who loves America. We're not deranged. You're deranged. You are. We are, get your info from, I like to know, Jesse Baker. I research. I read. That's where. I read. How about that? Maybe because of all that you're saying just evaporates into air. No, it is pushed into fees and prices. What are you speaking of exactly, Sarah Jean? I'm confused. I don't know. They can't handle the truth, LOL. That's why America deserves Trump. Well, they deserve Trump. He calls his lies and BS a conversation. Well, I mean, that's what a conversation is people going back and forth talking to each other, right? So by definition, it's a conversation. And my shit isn't lies and BS. Yours is. You're just too stupid to know it. That's why people like me will forever have to teach life to you motherfuckers, because you don't know the simplest thing. You don't know your ass from a hole in the ground. Dolce Daddy, $2. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. I love seeing people who never donated before donate. Thank you so much. Well, I know it sucks then that all those bad things is a wonderful fit for president in this day and age. Yeah, it certainly does suck. What do you read? I read, it's very simple. Like if I hear something, okay, like say I watch an independent journalist today and he says that Trump did this, this, or this, I will go look for different sources to confirm that that actually happened. Like, for example, there's been plenty of times where I've heard left-wing journalists say that Trump did things that he didn't do, or he did them, but they took it out of context just to make some sensational story. So then I'll go check. And if I see that Trump didn't do that thing, I'll come on my next political show and say, by the way, they said he did this, but he really didn't do it. Like Ben Meiselas. He's a Midas Touch guy, biggest podcast in the world, even over Rogan, okay? Left-wing podcast. He one time took a clip of Donald Trump. Donald Trump was campaigning and he was playing music. And while the music played, he got real dramatic and silent and didn't speak or move or anything. This guy reported it as Trump freezing up on stage. He froze up. I watched the clip and I said, no. He's being dramatic. The sad music is playing. It was the QAnon music, actually. And he's just staying silent to make it more dramatic. He did not freeze up. And my next politics show, I called that guy out specifically for lying about what Trump did. So it's not bias. I look at facts. The problem is you guys look at fucks, not facts. Okay? So you believe what Trump says, the most well-documented liar in American history, and you believe what Fox News, a news network with about a 17% accuracy rating, tell you every day. And anything you hear that doesn't fit your bias, you ignore. Give me 1 second. I got to get a bottle of water. Hit the like button and subscribe. All right. Thank you, Sonny, for subscribing. Thank you. Damn, you got straight facts, brother. I appreciate you, Sonny. I do. It pisses them off, but I do. What site? There's no particular site, Jesse. You can't. If you count on one source, one site, one news publication, one network, then you'll never know if you're getting the truth. A reporter asked if Trump was thinking about more renovation. She said no. The ballroom was the only renovation Trump was focusing on. Yeah. She said it was his main priority. You're telling me she didn't say that? His priority right now is the ballroom. But why would you even say that, even if it's in reference to other renovations in the White House? Why is the fucking the press secretary talking about a ballroom? Why is the president talking about a ballroom? Tell me that, Walter. Why? Why, when all this is happening, the government is shut down, the military isn't getting fucking paid, people aren't getting their food stamps, people's health insurance is going to shoot through the fucking roof. Most likely 24 million people will lose their health insurance, which is going to fuck everything up, including the entire fucking medical industry. Okay? There's wars, there's all this shit that's going on in the country, and your asshole president is worried about a fucking ballroom. Why is that? Tell me how that makes sense to you, Walter. How do you justify that? Well, but you can't. It's a million different things, war. Source materials, I told you. You bring up anything right now and I'll show you a ton of different sources. A ton of different sources. So don't just go by the New York Times or the Washington Post or Fox News or CNN or MSNBC. You got to search and research things. You know? That's it. It's as simple as that. So I can't sit here and just give you a source. The sources are everything. The sources are every newspaper, every news network, every independent journalist. That's what I check to see if shit is true. If he's a lifelong Democrat, then why are you complaining? He was a lifelong Democrat, dipshit. Now he's an asshole Republican. Did you forget? You are the true ignorant. Yeah. And you don't even know how to use fucking proper English, you jerk off, Angelo. You have major TDS. Yeah, I know. Keep saying those things so you don't actually have to have a conversation or bring up a point or God forbid, present a fact of some sort. When you have a psychological problem, things, they don't make sense to us. All right? Sarah Jean, if anything, I subscribed and liked and all of that stuff, and I do every time, not because I agree, but because I'm very happy to be able to speak and not be timed out or blocked for what I'm saying. You're good here, Sarah. Don't worry about it. You're my buddy. And I appreciate you doing that. Hard money. Keep on keeping on. You too, brother. No, I know. No, but I knew what she was asking. She wants me to cite specific sources so then she can say those sources are bullshit. That's exactly what she was doing. But the bottom line is, in all honesty, I could never tell you the specific sources because there's so many. I check everything. I check fact-checking websites, everything. Somebody brought something up earlier. I brought up like 2 articles and PolitiFact and Snopes. And they still didn't believe it. It doesn't matter. They're cult members. You can't convince them that they're wrong or that Trump is wrong or that he's doing anything bad. You can't. They refuse to accept it. The Randomer channel, fake news. That's Fox. Yeah. And she said, right now the ballroom is his main priority. And I posed the question to you again. Why are they talking about a fucking ballroom? Donald Trump talks about it every day. Why is Donald Trump, while the government is shut down, tweeting pictures of his fucking marble bathroom while people are getting ready to be starving for Thanksgiving? If Joe Biden did this shit, Walter, you'd be through the roof. You'd be fucking on fire. You'd be everywhere bitching and complaining about it. Anywhere you had a voice. You guys are still crying about the 2020 election, but you're not worried about these real issues that are going on today. You guys are focused on whether or not they're eating the cats and dogs in Ohio, or whether 7 out of 550 there's 550,000 NCAA athletes, and you guys are worried about the 7 transgender ones and what they might be doing to women's sports. This is the horse shit you're worried about, rather than actual issues and what this fucking cocksucker is doing to this country. Where am I from? Fucking Fallujah. No, I'm in Pennsylvania. Why? This guy has lied all night, or he is just ignorant. So tell me what I lied about, Walter, and I'll prove it to you right now. I swear to God, just tell me what I'm wrong about. I'll pull up proof and I'll show you. So she shouldn't have answered the reporter dipstick. At a time like this, to say the ballroom is the president's #1 priority, probably shouldn't have said that. And no, there should not even be a ballroom, you fucking asshole. You don't understand that. You don't get it. You don't understand the issue itself, how fucking bad it is for the country when all this shit is going on. There are food banks everywhere in Michigan. No one is going to die. Yeah, and the food banks in basically every state have already stated that they do not have enough food to feed everybody. So, if there was food bank, why would we ever have food stamps? Fuck it, right? There's not enough food. You can look it up in your very state. See, Google, are food banks well prepared to feed every individual who's not getting SNAP benefits and their family members in November? See what it says. The ACA subsidy is expired. We are not permanently subsidizing it with taxpayer money. Why is that, Jim Bergini? Why is that we're not permanently subsidizing it? Why? We should be. You don't think? You think all these people should be kicked off their health care? What do you think? And they didn't, by the way, people's premiums and shit, they're just going to start going up now People haven't even dealt with that yet. Okay, you're talking about a couple of days. So, since 2021, those subsidies have been in place, and they should remain in place so people can have their fucking health insurance. You guys are so worried about hospitals taking losses from illegals getting free treatment, but you don't want 24 million Americans to have health insurance. What do you think that's going to cause? Walter Caldwell, you're deviating all over the place, especially when you're confronted with facts. Walter Caldwell, let me tell you what I deal with on every live stream. People like you, they come in here and they'll just keep telling me I'm wrong, I'm lying, I'm skipping comments, I got TDS, I'm nuts, all this shit. What they don't do is they don't come in and say, this is the fact you got wrong. Okay, because you can't tell me anything I said is wrong. So tell me, and like I fucking said, I won't just say the words, I will show you that I'm right. Go ahead. Yeah, spending tax dollars on random bullshit has always been Trump's number one priority. Screw that ballroom. We don't need it. It's too expensive. And we didn't need to give $40 billion to fucking Argentina. Sarah Jean, I wish more people can find it in their hearts again to stop hating people that don't see eye to eye, the same as them, not mistreat each other and just find some kind of common ground like it used to be. It would be nice, but I think that ship has sailed. Let me see your earlier comment. You're cool with me too. Good to go from a stupid bitch to being a buddy. Probably one of the only times that a Trump supporter and someone who doesn't support him became buddies versus people or cussing people out. Yeah, 100%. Yep. It's nice. It happens every now and then. It's not common. Yeah, Robert, I know. Support ICE. They save children. Oh, sure they do. They save lives. Yeah. Saving tons of them. Yeah. How's that? Tell Democrats to vote for the CR and SNAP will be funded. Tell Republicans to agree to the subsidies and SNAP will be funded. You don't understand? It's a fucking negotiation. You just say your side is right because that's your side. Okay, that's it. We have been telling you. But yet I'm reading every comment, every single comment right now, and you haven't told me once. They say that in every show. We told you what you were wrong about. And then I'll search the comments and be like, no, you didn't. Well, yeah, Terry, but that's the way it's going to be. You definitely have TDS. Tell me what I'm wrong about. You guys are retarded as fuck, that TDS shit. I swear to God. That to me was always like a tap out. That's like your way of saying, well, I can't argue with you because I don't know anything, so I'll just say you have TDS. Jim, you have STDS, sucking Trump dick syndrome. I like that. We haven't had a good president in 50 years. Oh, really? What about Clinton? So what, he got a blowjob? The guy left office with a surplus? You know, I could argue Obama too, and actually Biden. But, you know, I mean, like Biden created more jobs in 4 years than the last 4 times more jobs in his 4 years than the last 4 Republican presidents combined. Like, I could hit you with that little fact. You don't like the truth. I'm telling you the truth. Notice how you avoided the truth. What truth? Everything you were wrong about, everything. Okay, but you can't say a specific thing, you see? You'll just say you're wrong. Tell me a specific thing. I'm at the bottom right here. The last comment, Jim Bergini, I'm at Sky Harbor Airport in Phoenix. Come see me. Oh, yeah, I'll fly there right now, Jim. What makes you think I wouldn't whip your monkey ass once I got there, just out of curiosity? Just wondering. Come see me at an airport. Yeah, that's my main priority. I won't lay down with my beautiful wife tonight, watch a movie, and maybe have sex or something. I'll go see Jim Bergini in Phoenix. Street, not smart politics. Dino, you go right ahead and tell me something I've been wrong about. I'm at the bottom of the chat, guys. This is your opportunity. I can't miss your comment. It's impossible. So tell me one thing I'm wrong about. 100% Biden took a shit and still outworked Dementia Don. Robert, 100%. I'm not talking about you, Kojak. Why you gotta hit me with the Kojak? That's fucked up, Jim. I just assumed that you were, since it's my chat. You said meet me, you know. I'm gonna wait for you guys to tell me what I was wrong about. Bro Watch asked the Republicans if their kings said relinquish their guns, they will line up to surrender them. Oh, in a heartbeat. Gerard, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Guys, I'm waiting. Walter, all you guys, I'm waiting right now. I'm at the bottom. So anything I've been wrong about on this show, all you guys have done is said I'm wrong. Now I'm waiting. What is it I'm wrong about? I'm waiting. What's the reason you can't tell me? I'm right here. I can't miss your comment. I promise your comment will get read. Kojak was smooth. Maybe. Let's see, guys. I'm waiting. And hit the like button, everybody, and please subscribe. And if you, have it in your heart, please donate to the channel. It would be nice. They can't. They truly have no idea what Trump did, right? Duh. Yeah, no, it's true. They can't tell me what I'm wrong. The ACA subsidies are from 2021 because of coronavirus. They are not part of the CR negotiation for the ACA is in next year's budget. But they are. They are absolutely, because that's the only thing stopping the clean CR from going through, right? You need, 7 Democrat votes? Well, that's what they want. So how is it not part of the negotiation? Tell that go to pieces chat. What a tough guy. Oh, yeah, you retracted that. You're going to rewrite it? Come on, guys. I'm waiting for what I'm wrong about. Even Walter Caldwell, you didn't tell me what I'm wrong about. What is it, if it's not a part of the negotiation, what are Democrats holding out for? Just out of curiosity. Angelo, that's getting fucking obnoxious. To what, Sarah? I'm going to give it like 3-4 more minutes. I'm waiting for you guys to tell me what I was wrong about. Jim Regini, what about subsidies? Your last comment was Kojak was smooth. Oh, yeah, subsidies is why Democrats are holding out. Yeah. I want Walter to tell me, because he says they're not part of the negotiation. So what are they holding out for? We will not pay for the ACA. Why is that, Jim Borghini? Why are you against it? Out of curiosity. 2 more Dems to vote with them. Oh, okay. Right now? Okay. And zip-tie children. Talking about ICE? That judge was blocking the court transcripts. The files are the results of an investigation done by the FBI and DOJ, which was believed to have been the clients. Yeah. All the judges blocking. And Trump knew he was going to block it because it's grand jury testimony, and Ghislaine Maxwell's case was on appeal. Okay, so he went to an Obama appointed judge. He did everything possible not to even let that get out. And all that was grand jury testimony. That was not the Epstein files. So anybody who says judges are blocking the Epstein files, you're full of shit. Look at this. I asked people to tell me what I said that was wrong during this show, and what do you know? All those people that were commenting one after another comment, they just stopped commenting. Isn't that some shit? Donald Trump loves America. Donald Trump doesn't even love his own fucking children. Trump is getting 25th straight up his arse as well as his whole clown show. I hope. I certainly hope so. What else, guys? What time is it? Okay. How do you know that, bro? How do I know what? I don't even remember what we were talking about. Oh, that he doesn't love his own children? The guy doesn't even understand human emotion, for fuck's sake. I could show you clips of him questioning whether or not Melania even loves him. You know what I mean? The guy is a transactional person. He's only good to you while you're doing something for him. You know, he doesn't care about anyone but himself. He cheated on every wife he ever had. He used to sit on the Howard Stern show and brag about how he will take no part in raising his children. All he'll do is provide the income, and that's up to his wife. You know what I mean? He actually literally wants to fuck his own daughter and has basically spoken openly about it. So no, he doesn't love his kids like most people love their kids. Yeah, Sarah, but we would have to disagree, you know, on him being a good leader. Can you tell a walkaway Dem one thing that Trump has done good for the world or our country? A walkaway Dem. The Operation Warp Speed and the First Step Act. That's it. That's it. Are we losing democracy? 100%. He was asked about Kirk death and said, "We're building this ballroom. Look at the trucks." That was like, wasn't that like the day after Kirk got killed? 2 days, I think. They said, "How are you handling Charlie Kirk's death?" And he goes, "I think pretty well. We're building the ballroom." Yeah, he doesn't feel anything. You guys don't understand. This is a guy who wasn't even loved by his own parents. You know, they just don't. It's about money. Everything's about money. Perfect for America and the world today, ruthless and sociopathic. Wow. All right, so look at that. What do you know? A bunch of people who never said what I was wrong about, they just said I'm wrong. When I challenged them to tell me what I'm wrong about, and I'm sitting here looking at every comment, they all disappeared. Not only did they not tell me what was wrong, they completely stopped commenting. So see? Sorry, guys, you don't know any fucking thing. I'm telling you, you gotta fucking, you gotta start doing some fucking research and stop watching that fucking Fox News and all that horse shit because you're being made dumber by the fucking day, and you're already too dumb to be made any dumber. You don't want to be stupider than you are now. So please hit the like button, subscribe, and I might do another one of these later tonight. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. But they ran out of buzzwords. Yeah, no shit. Have a good night, everybody, and enjoy your Sunday. And I'll see you guys soon. Probably tonight, if not tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Peace.